Today, my message is simple. Please avoid this electronic music gear mistake. Freebeat. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Freebeat, where I post new music-related content every single day, so if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Let's get started. So, you guys know here at Freebeat, I try to gear a lot of my content towards saving money and budget gear and squeezing all the value that you can out of that budget gear. I feel like, for the most part, I'm doing an okay job. The channel's growing at a pretty decent rate, and for the most part, the comments are positive, and I feel like I'm doing okay. However, I am not afraid to admit when I have made a mistake, and I'm going to use that mistake to hopefully provide a little bit of a learning experience for myself and for anyone who wants to soak in that learning experience. So, I guess a month or two ago, just over a month ago, I did an unboxing video of this. This is my audio interface. This is the Audient Evo 4, and it's a great interface. I really like it. It's a 2-in, 2-out audio interface that uses USB Type-C. Really cool. It's got an instrument in on the front, headphone out there, one knob that kind of handles everything, a nice smart gain feature that can really dial in your levels of your two inputs. And yeah, it's just compact, it's nice and easy. We actually ran the entire Clash of Fools audio off of this thing, and we were very happy with it. I shouldn't have bought it. Plain and simple, I should not have purchased this audio interface. This right here is the Zoom H5. This is what we are currently recording the audio on. And this was my previous audio interface. So not only can this record to an SD card as I'm doing right now, but you can actually plug in a USB cable on the side and this can act as an audio interface. This is what I recorded all of my videos on before I picked up the Evo 4. It's got two combo XLR 1/4-inch jacks on the bottom, and then it's got a stereo mic on top, or you can plug in a stereo line, or you can actually pop up this module and get an attachment that gives you two more XLR 1/4-inch combo jacks. So basically what I would do is I would plug my gear in down here, whether mono or stereo, then I had a little stereo microphone, a little clip-on one that I'd plug in right there. I'd hit record and we'd be off to the races. It was great. My audio quality, I think, was actually pretty decent when I actually kind of started to figure out what I was doing. However, the main reason that I stopped using the H5 is that it wasn't the best audio interface. Now, I think part of that is because my workflow would be record the audio to the SD card, standalone, then plug in the H5 to my computer, turn on the computer, set it to audio interface mode, and then edit the videos, put the clips, the audio on the computer, the video, and edit everything, using this as the just all-purpose audio interface. So it was pulling double duty, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It was a really tedious process, and I decided to pick up the Evo 4, because I was like, well, a proper audio interface will fix those issues, and I can record right on the computer. I don't know what I was thinking when I got this, because it only has two inputs. I guess in my head I was thinking, well, the H5 only had two XLR 1/4-inch inputs and the Evo 4 only has two. So it'll be perfect for me. But it was an instant downgrade, and as soon as I started filming with it, I realized the error of my ways, because I have to plug my mic in still. So now I can only record my gear in mono. Does that make sense? It's a really frustrating scenario, and that's the purpose of this video. To tell you guys to be careful when you are making a new purchase. Please thoroughly do your research, and more important than research is to play your own personal use case scenarios out in your head or even on paper. Write down how you plan to use the gear, all the different ways that you're planning to use the gear that you want to purchase, and make sure that it can actually fulfill your needs. If I would have just taken, I don't know, a day to research and figure out what I needed, I probably would have selected the 4-channel version of this guy rather than just the 2-input one. And because of that, I feel as if, I wasted my $129. Now, I absolutely didn't. This is still a fantastic audio interface, and it will be going home with me today, and it will be serving as the audio interface for the little bar desktop computer that Lady Freebeat and I built. But yeah, it's a really frustrating thing for me to think about. I should have sat down, listed everything I needed, everything I wanted, and then found gear that related to all of those needs and wants, rather than just searching, you know, best audio interface under $150, which is basically what I did, and watching 1 or 2 videos and then buying this. You know, I've been playing a lot of Monster Hunter lately, and one of the blacksmiths, he always says, haste makes waste. And that is very, very true, especially in this case. I feel kind of silly for this purchase. I definitely should not have picked it up. Like I said, it's not going to go to waste, thankfully. But I want to use this experience to help all of you guys out there to just take that extra minute if you need it and think, is this really going to work for me? What is every single way that I'm going to use this piece of gear, and will it be able to fulfill those needs? Now, you might have caught on that I did say this is coming home with me today, and that's because I went ahead and did a ton of research this time, like 2 weeks of research, and I have picked something out that is going to completely transform audio production here at the channel. I am really thinking this device is going to change the game for me. It's going to allow me to do a lot of different things. It's going to allow me to use gear together, especially now that I can fit all that gear on camera. We are very zoomed in, by the way, on camera. But now that I can fit all that gear on camera, I figured it was time that I picked up an audio interface that would let me use all of that gear. And it is an audio interface, however, it is so much more than that, and it's something that does not require the computer, which is kind of another theme of this channel. Not necessarily going DAW-less, but breaking away from the screens and really just getting down to making music. So I'm not going to tell you guys what it is, because tomorrow's video should be the unboxing for that piece of gear, and I'm very, very excited to get my hands on it. It was a little bit spendy, but we will be talking about that tomorrow, and how I was able to justify the price to myself, because I think that's also a very important topic when we are discussing, you know, budget gear and getting your money's worth from said budget gear. So yeah, guys, the point of this video, when you're looking to buy a new piece of gear, do your research and list every single way that you're going to use that piece of gear, and make sure that it can tick all of those boxes. If I would have done that, I would not be in this scenario, and we probably wouldn't have had the last, I don't know, month and a half of mono audio videos, and it probably just would have been a lot better. But that's okay. I learned from this scenario. Hopefully you guys can learn from my mistake, and maybe you don't have to make it yourself. Of course, we all probably have made this mistake, whether it's involving electronic music gear or not. So why don't you leave it down in a comment below. When did you first learn this lesson in any capacity? I hope you guys did find this video helpful, or at least enjoyable. If so, be sure to leave a like on it. If not, you can leave a dislike. That's okay too. Doesn't hurt my feelings, just makes me try that much harder next time. Either way, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Thank you so very much for being here. Thanks for watching. I hope you are excited for tomorrow's video, because I sure am. See you next time. Bye.